The idea is simple: a home away from home. You scroll through sunlit rooms, cozy spaces, and glowing reviews, booking with a few taps. It feels safe, familiar, built on trust. But what if that trust is misplaced? What if the welcome is just a mask? We imagine danger in dark alleys, not behind the doors of five-star vacation rentals. Yet sometimes the most terrifying threats are the ones we invite inside. Carla Stefaniak wanted to celebrate her 36th birthday in Costa Rica, a week of adventure, beaches, and laughter with her sister-in-law April. Their social media overflowed with joy, but for her last night, Carla stayed alone at Villa Buena Vista, a rental on the edge of San Jose. She texted friends. The place felt sketchy, the guards power trippy. Still, she FaceTimed, smiled, and settled in. The next day, Carla missed her flight. She didn't answer calls. Her family panicked. The Airbnb owner claimed she left at 5 a.m. in an unknown car, but her luggage was untouched. The story didn't add up. Her family flew in, pressed authorities, and searched desperately. The security guard, Bismarck Espinoza Martinez, lived next door. He repeated the owner's story, but his details kept changing. Security footage showed Carla entering her villa that night, never leaving. Blood traces were found in her room, hastily cleaned. The search turned grim. Days later, search dogs found Carla's body, buried behind the complex. She'd been stabbed repeatedly. Martinez, an undocumented guard with a hidden past, became the prime suspect. Investigators believed he attacked Carla, possibly attempting sexual assault, and killed her when she resisted. Forensic evidence and his shifting stories sealed his fate. Martinez was convicted and sentenced to 16 years. Carla's family found some justice, but the loss was immeasurable. Her story is a stark warning. Behind glossy photos and five-star reviews, danger can lurk. The promise of paradise was shattered by a predator hiding in plain sight. For travelers everywhere, it's a chilling reminder. Sometimes the greatest risk is the one you never see coming. A birthday trip meant for memories became a nightmare that changed everything. The trust we place in strangers, in platforms, is fragile, and sometimes it breaks. Carla's story echoes, be vigilant, even in paradise. The vibrant woman who sought adventure found only tragedy. Her family's heartbreak is a call for caution. The world of vacation rentals is not immune to evil. Behind every door, there's a story, sometimes a deadly one. The illusion of safety can be just that, an illusion. Carla's last messages were warnings we can't ignore. Her fate is a lesson for all who travel. In the end, paradise was just a backdrop for horror. The danger wasn't in the shadows, it was next door. A celebration turned crime scene, a life cut short, and a family left to mourn, forever changed. Arroyo Grande, California, a quiet town, the last place you'd expect horror. 15-year-old Elyse Pahler loved music, especially metal. She trusted 3 older boys from her scene. They lured her to a eucalyptus grove, promising a night of fun, but their obsession with the occult and twisted fantasies turned deadly. In the woods, they attacked, strangling and stabbing her in a ritual they believed would bring their band fame. Elyse vanished. Her parents searched. The community rallied, but she was gone. Her killers, hiding in plain sight, even attended her vigil. Months later, guilt broke one of them. He confessed, leading police to Elyse's shallow grave. The motive? A sacrifice for their band's success, a chilling, senseless act. The case shocked the nation, sparking debates about music, influence, and evil. Elyse's parents sued the bandslayer, blaming their lyrics. The case was dismissed, but the pain lingered. The boys were convicted, sentenced to life. No remorse, just ruined lives. Years later, the land where Elyse died was listed as a vacation rental, its dark history hidden. A guest uncovered the truth, and the story resurfaced online. The idea that someone could unknowingly stay where such horror happened is haunting. Every place has a past. Sometimes it's stained with blood. The grove became a memorial, a reminder that evil can hide in ordinary places. Elyse's story is a warning. Monsters aren't just in stories, they're people we know. The tragedy wasn't in a distant city, but in a quiet neighborhood. A sleepover turned sacrifice, a life lost to fantasy. The land's history became a digital ghost, haunting new guests, the illusion of safety shattered by a hidden past. Elyse's memory lingers, a lesson in trust and tragedy. The woods hold secrets, and sometimes they're deadly. A rental, a grove, a crime. History repeating in silence. The most terrifying dangers are the ones we never imagine. In Arroyo Grande, a peaceful town, darkness took root, and a family's grief became a cautionary tale for all. A birthday party in Davenport, Florida, a modern rental, a weekend of fun. Friends gathered, music played, laughter filled the air. But the party grew, spilling into the quiet neighborhood. Police responded to a noise complaint, issued a warning, and left. Inside, tensions rose, arguments flared. The atmosphere shifted from celebration to chaos. Suddenly, gunfire. Panic erupted. Guests scrambled for safety. When the dust settled, 2 were dead: Jalen Harley, 22, and a 17-year-old girl. Several others were wounded. The rental, once a place of joy, became a crime scene. Dozens of witnesses fled or stayed silent, complicating the investigation. Sheriff Grady Judd called out the no-snitching culture, pleading for cooperation. Slowly, evidence pointed to a gang-related, targeted attack, an old dispute exploding in violence. The house itself became a symbol of a growing problem: party houses, booked online, turning into venues for chaos. Airbnb faced criticism for lax enforcement of guest limits and party bans. The company promised reforms, but for the victims' families, it was too late. The search for suspects dragged on, hampered by silence and fear. Eventually, an arrest was made, but the sense of justice was incomplete. The tragedy wasn't about a haunted house or a predatory host. It was about what happens when anonymity, disputes, and firearms collide. A few clicks turned a suburban home into a war zone. The promise of a good time ended in bloodshed. For the families, celebration became mourning. The rental's walls, once filled with music, now echo with loss. The story is a warning: the ease of booking can mask real risks. A party house became a place of tragedy. A community shaken, the illusion of safety shattered in a single night. The victims' names are now part of a grim catalog of places where joy turned to horror. The search for answers continues, but the scars remain. A birthday party, a double homicide, a lesson in caution. The rental wasn't the cause, but it was the stage for disaster. In the end, a home meant for memories became a place to mourn. The dangers of the sharing economy are real, and sometimes they're deadly. In Davenport, a celebration became a cautionary tale for all. Carla, Elyse, Jalen, these stories weren't buried deep in horror fiction. They happened in neighborhoods, in rentals, in spaces you can still book today. Like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more real stories where comfort turns to chaos. And remember, not every getaway leads you back home.